Oh my goodness, it's so dark. This is so crazy. I haven't done a video in such a while, so I don't know, does this work better? It works better. A little bit. Oh my goodness, it's so crazy. Let's see. We have a little bit something something. Okay. We have a little bit something something. Gotta be starting something. Got to be starting something. So I was that one person that pops in and then pops out just to be like, all right, look, we're gonna stream it from our secret website on the dark web and some shit. We're just gonna be looking on below. We just gotta do our part with being a negative energy. So yes, here you are. I'm just kidding. Totally kidding. What's going on? I would have really appreciated just like a little bit more better lighting. I thought that these lights would have been just a little bit better. Like they're more sultry in person, but when it comes to footage, it's pretty low. It's not gonna lie, it's pretty crappy, as you can see. Goodness gracious. Are your balls of fire? Okay, what is with this cowlick here? I didn't come on here to be glamorous or anything like that. I just wanted to just say what is up. As you can see, I am literally sitting on the floor right now. I look a lot cuter in person, but like you wouldn't be able to tell right now because it's working. It's my little cat thing right now. It's supposed to be a light. Son of a bitch. Like, is anything working right now? No, Leela. No. All right, hold on. Maybe if I put it like this, people be like, "Well, why didn't you do it like prepare or something like that?" I would have, but I mean, like, let's keep it honest. Like, you guys watch me anyway, so if I'm not privacy, it's supposed to be my home. Da-da-da-da. Okay, so I put the cat thing there, right? And I'm just gonna move it. I'm so elderly right now. It's like grandma, like let me just stop. Yeah. It's like, okay, so I do like honestly, there's like older people, senior citizens who can do TikTok and internet and stuff way better than I can. I am just such a novice. I'm just all over the place. Little girl, what are you doing? Leela, what are you doing? Dude, what are you doing? So yeah. I'm telling you right now, it's so funny. People are just like, "Oh my god, like, move out the way, move out the way." We gotta watch this on the dark web or wherever like that. And so I mean, I'm telling you, I could be doing nothing. I could literally just spend an hour and just literally just spend an hour just staring at you like this. And you would be watching it. Like that's this shitty, like weird, creepy vibe. Yes, weirdo. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a weirdo, but like do not confuse weirdos for weird because like honestly, weirdos is just such a cooler word. Like I don't know why people are abusing it. Well, the unintellectual people, the unintelligent people use the word weirdos in a very derogatory way, but it's just like more of an it's creepy, basically. So yeah, creepy is the word that you guys need to use. Weirdo, just when I hear people say weirdo, I'm just like that was the best you can. When I see people use weirdo in like in a derogatory sense, I'm just like that's the best you can do. Or when they use beloved in a derogatory sense, I'm like really like that's the best you can do. Like you're trying to use it in a derogatory sense. I'm just like, that was a like those words were aptly not aptly, but those words took time. Like it takes me a minute before I don't just talk to just talk. I really don't. I talk when I actually have something to say and if I have something that's valid to say. So when it comes to like, me giving myself like nicknames or stuff like that, like I choose those for a reason. Like with beloved being a book by Toni Morrison, beloved being connected to the Bible and its significance. Word beloved and having it been tainted or twisted into something derogative is just very more of like the joke is on you because like you I mean you people really thought you were doing something, which is why I still have beloved and I still use that word to this day. So it's and also weirdo. So really the joke's on you. But every single time when I see somebody uh use it in a way, manipulate it in a way where it's just supposed to be, I guess, like an insult, I'm just like, the joke's on you. And so in so many different ways. And not just in the evident and apparent way where it comes in like, with the Bible reference or anything like that. It's just like I don't even have to explain it. I mean, I've literally I'm not even explaining it really, but I just know from my point of view or as an insider because I do that less nowadays. Like I do less explaining because I'm really into this moment where I like doing an I told you so. I didn't back in the day, but it's thank you Mercury retrograde because I just I've told people things and they didn't listen and then they either do it on their time, which is totally fine, but they do it with like such an arrogant behavior, like oh it was their idea or they get mad at me for recommending something. I'm just like, well, see me, feel me. Like, let me just say something. Um, but yeah, that's just my intro right now. This is and I told you so kind of thing without really just saying the words I told you so. But this is thank you Mercury retrograde because honestly, this has been the most grateful season or retrogrades that I've ever had. Knock on wood, it's not over yet. And then even when it ends on the 18th, it has a shadow period. So for like a couple of weeks, for a few weeks, for a couple of weeks, you can look it up. Either way, I'm grateful for it. I'm saying things I know I'm not as like, oh my goodness, like what's going on with her? Like she's not passionate. I mean, a lot of people already know because again, my privacy and stuff like that is still being watched, still being tainted and all that jazz. But I've just taken a different outlook on life. I've taken a different outlook on life. I've taken a different outlook on the value of others and what it is my role is here and my purpose. I see society for what it is. I see the world for what it is. It's just a lot of illusions, a lot of hypocrisy, people standing on foundations in which that they are abusing. So yeah, really, it's not in a moment where it's like victimizing or anything like that. Because every single time when I've literally been saying things, it was to save everyone, and that is one of my Achilles heels. It's like I don't know. I guess I'm naturally in tuned to do something where it's just like I'm speaking for. I think the popular word that's used around on the internet is the collective, and it was because like it wasn't just going to affect me. It's literally like a domino effect. It was going to like hurt everybody. And Mercury retrograde has literally shown that shit. I'm just like I definitely have grown through my experiences, and I realize that a lot of things aren't that important. Namely in uh, namely people's opinions, which I knew that people's opinions didn't matter, but it was the reason of like why did they need to say that and knowing that shit can come back to them. Like people didn't understand or they don't understand about how things can come back, and then sometimes some of them do know, but they just don't care. So I was just like, yo, for someone who's very caring about other people, so not anymore, not, or at least damn sure not as much. But it was like for somebody who was extremely caring. You call like people will call me like overly sensitive, but I was just like, yes, I'm overly sensitive about everybody, not just about myself, but like for everybody, because it turned out that a lot of times that people would use. It was funny because people would use my story in order to save their asses or to make other people care. And I was just like, so you do understand exactly what it is that I'm saying, but it's just that yeah, like you don't care for it's for your own self-serving reasons. And that's really not a good look. Back in the day in history, when I'm shorts by the way, don't get cute. Back in the day with, Hitler and his whole agenda and people just, going along with it. It was just very crazy on how, people were just really standing on their soapbox or standing on these platforms and preaching about, injustices for them, but yet they're abusing people that are in like concentration camps. I mean, the same thing goes for people who were, enslaved, or people that were enslaved, people that had to go through slavery. And it's a shame that the shit is still going on. I found out recently that when the abolishment of slavery was in the 1800s. I mean, that part I knew. That part I knew. But it was just like it still continued on into the 1900s, secretly back, like back alley kind of situations, with Europe, and they negotiated a deal with African slave owners. Like the African slave owners and like in public were forced to free slaves, but because Europe was still in control of a lot of the countries in Africa, they decided to, do like back alley deals with slave owners and still maintain slavery. It's called like something else though, but it was just like, okay, well, fuck. Like that's really fucked up. It just kind of shows, which is really really crazy about what's going on right now. Like the abolishment of slavery was an American situation, with the Civil War happening, and that is a law. That's not just something saying like just some comment that was just said by a president or governor or official or even the citizens. It's literally a law, like to abolish slavery, and yet it's just fairly super insane that a black woman is, being treated in a, in an enslaved, context. No voice, no name, just, a lot of abuse basically, and mistreatment. So this is the modern day slave, and they try to hide it under the word celebrity without like any type of like they try to be cute and try to name it as like a celebrity, where they felt entitled to go ahead and put cameras in my house and do this, that, here, and the third to me, and this, that, here, and the third to manipulate and monopolize and capitalize off of my this mistreatment. Again, I don't have it. Yeah, I don't know, like the passion and stuff that I have about this, like it's just again, it's been all said and done. So when you guys, or if you guys just tell me like, oh, like yo, she doesn't have any passion, like yo, this just seems like really weird and off on her behavior, and it's just like, yeah, like yo, when I said I was tired and I'm done, I meant I'm tired and done. Like there's, I haven't had any need to stop doing that. My cat. I haven't had any need to like cry or something like that. It's a I had to tap into my younger myself and my coping situations and just reflect on, because a lot of the shit that I've been going through is a lot of the shit that I had to endure when I was a child. So thankfully I had my grandmother at the time though, but as an adult with really no one and being ostracized, and it's weird because the people who are trying to come back into my life are the ones who still want to lie to me and feed me these illusions, but then they get upset because while they're telling everybody, oh, she won't talk to me, oh, she at least won't like do this, that, or the third, she won't reach out to me, she won't talk to me, uh, uh I don't know what's going on, but they have no problem talking about me behind my back, uh, either with lies or just making up some shit or doing some shady shit or participating into this whole surveillance and tacky ass bullshit. But yet they want to cry and reach out to me only to further gaslight me or lie to my face. So, and then they're just like, oh, well, I don't know why she ghosted me. Bitch, like, come on now, you know why. So I wanted to say that for anyone who's ever thinking about like, if you supposedly or you're caught ghosting on someone, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't tell that person, hey, look, do you have a problem with me? Or bring up the conversation. I would say it's better to just say that it's better to present that person that you have or that you feel you guys have like bad vibes or bad energy with, and discuss like, hey, look, I feel like something's going on. Do you have anything to say? And if they tell you no, these people have literally told me no, or just been like, yo, I don't know what you're talking about, or just like, no, or just change the subject. And I'm just like, wow, okay. Well, I just need some time apart. I did it like that. And honestly, people's true colors show themselves. Like people's true fucking colors show themselves. And that's all I needed. That's all I needed. So for me, I'm comfortable with never having to see or speak or hear from certain people ever again. And the more time that goes by, it makes it a lot easier for me. So therefore, if anyone happens to still talk about me and I don't have them in my life, that's more of an issue with them. And that's them calling themselves out, because it's just like, bitch, I haven't talked to you in how long? So far it's going on for, let's see, it's October, March. 7 months, damn near almost 7 months. So I mean, honestly, if I've made that executive decision not to talk to you, and yet you damn sure know that you've done something to cross me, seriously cross me. It's not just some little shit. It's not just family's family, the second and the third, some itty bitty little shit. No. It was very serious. It was very serious to the point where it was just like literally like my fucking life, like. And I'm not even exaggerating. It's not even on some little girl, don't you do it. This is too much. But yeah, like I already know, like, and they're gonna just call themselves victims, or they're gonna do something, maybe even throw out a good fucking quote. They'd be like, you know what, bitch, I was ready for this. Where's that fucking quote I had screenshot and saved? And they're gonna just throw something passive aggressive. I can expect nothing less. But I don't want to go ahead and specify exactly who it is that I no longer talk to. Just know that I don't talk to damn near anybody. So it's yeah. Like they'll call themselves out if they have not already. Because I mean, honestly, I have not mentioned these people in such a long time. So it's just yeah. And moving forward, I intend not to ever again, because it's just like, okay, like you guys know what you did. Let's not play dumb, and do not insult my intelligence ever again, because yeah, like I see it for what it is. I see society for what it is, and I see the world for what it is. And human kindness is very limited and selective. It's very selective. I know that I am an excellent person, and I was an excellent friend to people, and it was just like, yo, if you had a problem with me, then you should have, it would have been great if you would have actually talked to me, because I was willing to talk to you, and I gave you the floor to talk to you before we parted ways. So, you know, it is what it is. It was what it was. But like, we can move forward. Or at least I don't want to speak for you, because I don't want nothing to do with you. So it's just like, for me personally, I can move forward with not having to speak with you or speak to you. Um, Therefore, neither one of us should keep discussing anything about each other, right? So awesome. Plus, it's getting close to 2022. So I'm looking forward to that, because it'll be, a new year, a year with the opportunity to make new friends, to just, do more things. And speaking of which, I've been enjoying having moments where I just go out and just speaking to strangers and just doing my own thing. It's not hard for me to do any of that stuff, but it's just, made me very cautious with what's been going on. So speaking of which, this is why I did the video, which is called "Thank You, Mercury Retrograde." Because I mean, honestly, this has been the most easiest time for me, considering that the revelations and the reveals that I've been getting, and the things that just been unfolding right before my eyes. So I mean, again, knock on wood, but yeah. So again, as always, I wrote down my notes. Can I just show you this fascinating tail right here? It's so cute. I probably should have done like an April Fool's or something like that, though. But whatever. It was just like, oh, like Leela, get away, get away, get away, get away. But it's a tail. Isn't this cute, bitch? I had bought this, and I remember I said I was gonna do like puppets, make a puppet of Leela, but I was just like, yes. I was thinking like I could do that. I might do that, but right now I think it'd be cute to just kind of like also play the part of Leela, because honestly, her little attitude is just like too much. I just uh, until the day I can actually learn how to make a puppet, I will. But right now, like, this will be my tell, and I will be playing Leela. She's so upset. I still have to get other things, but yeah. So yes, this is just basically the whole revelation. So yeah, again. All right, I left behind. Yeah, so yeah, I left behind the people, energies, and new contacts. Yeah, I haven't heard from anybody during the Mercury retrograde. I would be really, actually, mm, well, no, I haven't heard from anybody from during Mercury retrograde. I was gonna say I heard from like an old acquaintance through somebody else, but it was just like, but I was like, yo, if you have anything important to tell me, which, because they know what's going on, but they didn't want to tell me, so I was just like, okay. And they were just like, okay. And I was just like, all right, well, uh, Mercury retrograde had, yeah, exposed some hypocrisy, and I do have the screenshots. It was just like people just putting on all this saccharine bullshit and overly positive vibes, and I'm just like, and then they expect you to maintain these overly positive vibes. And if you want to display a certain type of brand that you were just positive every single day, every single hour, every single minute, every single second, and that's actually something that you genuinely do, or if that's just your brand, then okay, that's something. Okay, that's all you. That's what you do. That is your life. If you happen to use that in order to set expectations for somebody else, by judging them or judging anyone else for not being happy all the time, holding them up to these high ass standards that you obviously would not be able to uphold in either their condition, or maybe because you are just full of shit, because you can't separate or distinguish the brand from an actual regular schmegular life of somebody else. Then that's on you. And I've witnessed someone do that, and then I've seen the karma literally rip their ass to shreds, and it is still kicking their booty, their tushy. And I was just like, whoa. I was like, damn, like that is some insane shit, because like, yo, with this Mercury retrograde, like this shit was just like, it really set people on their set people on their asses. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm definitely watching my P's and Q's. The only thing I do is just like, I wish nothing but protection. And I wish, like, sometimes the people are literally, they're just, they're obviously people who are abusing their powers. And it seems like there's only one way for them to be stopped. And I wish for protection in any way that's possible. I'll leave it at that. So, but actually doing something, I'm just like, no, I'm trying to be on my P's and Q's. Like, I'm just minding my business. I'm focusing on other things. I want just no deals. But I'm seeing a lot of people getting a lot of the beef and a lot of the hate and a lot of the experiences that I've been getting. And I've been tight-lipped. It was just like, and I told you so, which is literally going to get bigger, because people's desire, when you give to a lot of people, they're going to take, and depending on exactly like, who they are, that it's just going to really fuck with their mind. Like, yo, give somebody power and see exactly how they behave. That's an experience that I learned since I was a kid. So like, when it comes to like, my friendship and stuff like that, I'm just like, and what happened? Why? Huh? Speak. Come on. What happened? Yeah. Yeah, I thought so. Okay. So I don't know if you heard her. She was just bitching. So anyway, um, damn you, woman. Damn you. So seeing a lot of people just seeing a lot of people go ahead and come off all, high and mighty, and it was just like, it was weird, because people were literally catching that karma, and I'm just like, "Oy, oy, some people are actually, I really fell for it, and I think that's just common. Like, you ever get like really uncomfortable seeing somebody, like, even if they deserve that karma. I don't know if anybody feels just like really like, you feel for that person. It's like, okay, for I'm the kind of person who wants to see people catch their karma, but if you're gonna catch it, the thing that I like about people catching like the karma is because, like, okay, well, you learned your lesson, right? But if you didn't learn your lesson, then it's just like, okay, well, then what's the point? Like, I don't want to see this, because like, it hurts. Like, I want to know, but I don't want to watch like the whole thing. Like, okay, if somebody's like talking reckless, no, I'm not talking reckless. No, if somebody's talking to an extent where it gets somebody in trouble and it like hurts them or something like that, and the person happens to, I don't know, hit that person, I'm like, oh, should have washed your mouth. But because, like, all right, so, yeah, somebody lied on somebody and it got that other person in trouble, like serious trouble, and then that person happened to find out, and that person just happened to smack that person in the mouth. I'm like, see, you should have done that. That's karma. Well, they got smart. expecting them out by somebody else. But I'm like, oh, that's karma right there. But like that's what you get. But if they get like pummeled and beat and oof, I'm like, ugh, ah. Like, I'm just satisfied. I I I I I, I get weird because like I get weirded out. I get not just weirded out. I get very uncomfortable seeing the the extremities of it. Well, the full extent of it. Like when I seen people like enjoy and find entertainment in watching me because I guess somebody's feelings got hurt. Who obviously didn't want to approach me. Somebody's feelings got hurt and they didn't want to approach me and talk to me like a fucking grown up. Um, and they decided to just take it out and act like a fucking child. Um, and still keep it justified for years and years and years. Also, lie about it. Lie about it because there's no justification for any of this bullshit. It was literally just like tit for tat and tit for tat, and I was just like I'm done. Like I'm not gonna like do this what you did to me, and also for another person. Okay, this person was just nothing but just like a serial cheater. Like there was no benefit to this relationship or with a friend or with a friendship. There was like what there was nothing that I've done to you to be in this situation or with family. It was like I rode for you guys so hard. There's nothing that we've done like I've done in order for you to have done like for me to be in this situation or this predicament. And even with strangers, like who the fuck are you? It's like, who the fuck are you? Like what the fuck? Like oh my goodness, she didn't give me any pussy. So I was just like, oh my gosh, she played like so much fucking lies. Um, but yeah, I just realized that this really just put a lot of things into the light because a lot of people started getting their own karma or their own injustice, and they may not advertise it. They may not advertise it, but it is rewarding to know. For me myself, it's rewarding to know, but I don't want to. I can't see myself reveling in it or just like watching it for eternity because like the way how people were just like being stuck on me for all this time. I'm just like, I can't do this. Like, don't expect this. Like, this is not my kind of revenge where I need to do that to you because I feel like that in itself is a form of attraction and love, and that's really gross and disgusting. Because why do you think that you need to compete with me or try to one up me or try to like think that you can impress me? Um, Impress me or oppress me? Like, why would you? Like, why would you think that? If anything, that's the complete opposite. I think that you could never impress me or fully oppress me. It was literally my genuine kindness and my patience and my loyalty, my friendliness that you took advantage of, and that also that I've allowed the parts on our parts where I've allowed this to go on, and I was just like, no, I'm done with it. So yes, it's like all right. Child's play is over. Like playtime is over. So seeing this a lot, girl, this is too much. So just seeing a lot of this shit play out is for so long is extremely obsessive because you chose to try to compete with somebody or one up with somebody who wasn't even trying to compete with you but wanted to help you rise, help support you, help, just love you and be loyal and or I don't know, just good things. But now I'm in a position where it's just like fuck that because I see society and I see people for who they are, and it's gross for people to try to tell me about religion or anything like that. It was just like these are people who don't listen because I've mentioned before that I have went through several different denominations and I've practiced different things without my permission because my mom was trying to find herself. So it's just like I took the base of everything, which was just like do no harm but take no shit kind of approach to things. And it's just like do no harm but take no shit. But there is that that is that little parentheses, read between the lines of protect yourself. Protect yourself. So when it says like, take no shit, you still protect yourself. Um, however that however that means necessary. Like even with monks and stuff like that, like they still protected themselves through whatever means was possible. Like, like everyone has that. It's a natural desire to protect yourself. Do no harm, but take no shit. And just seeing a lot of people to act and behave the way they behave. This is not for the people who literally were just like, okay, I see the light. I'm going to change. These are for the people who have maintained the negative dark behavior, because it's just it puts into clarity. It brings clarity to the situation. It brings clarity for me. It wipes away any illusions that I thought that I maintained or that I held on to. It reminds me of what I remember when I was a kid, and like when I was growing up in the households and I was like witnessing these adults and stuff like that. And I was just like, oh, okay, 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 this is where we are. This is where we are. And this is why I've adopted. No, not I've adopted. I've reintroduced myself to certain type of things and certain type of behaviors and certain type of like gravitating to certain type of things. Still trying to hold on to the things that I value, but also knowing that this is the boundary right here and people can't cross it. This is the boundary right here and people aren't allowed to abuse it. And this is the boundary right here where not everybody is going to be allowed access. So when people call me cold, I'm just like, well, yeah, then I mean, that's because you've already established yourself about like who you are. You already established where your energy is. I'm not a cold person. I'm a very loving person, though. But if you think that I'm cold, then you are that person that I should not be loving and warm to. Like, I'm kind and compassionate to strangers. But if you happen to ever identify me as cold, then you've already called yourself out into who you are as a person, and as a human being. That's nothing to do with me. It's everything to do with you. You just called yourself out. That's something that you're going to have to work with while I'm doing me and attracting other people. I think I know and I'm comfortable with having established these boundaries and realizing that this is good for me and this is actually healthy for me. It's actually made me better in the sense that I don't have to worry about other people's feelings and I don't have to worry about other people. Like I can hear things when it comes to like people's opinions and criticism and stuff like that though, but it doesn't mean that I have to abide by them or that I have to respect them or I have to digest them, because like not every opinion is something that I need to hear, listen to, or consider, and vice versa, which is why a lot of times I just like sitting back and being like, oh, I see it. Mhm. The ending for a lot of people is going to be a popcorn thriller. Like I'm telling you, I've just been sitting back and just really watching a lot of the things that people are doing, and I'm just like, this is this is beneath me. Like this is beneath me, or this is past me. Like this is old shit. I think this is a time when people start talking about like things like there's expressions where people are saying, like, oh, don't get off your throne because it's beneath you. Don't look back, look forward because it's behind you, it's in the past. The whole I don't live at the address anymore, that's not me anymore, those expressions. I mean, use the expression that you want to, but I mean, just for me, it's just for me to identify. I Again, I'm kind and I'm loving to certain people, but it's just I'm not kind and loving to everyone. And if anyone is offended by that, I know that there will be some who are offended by that. And that is unfortunately to your demise. Again, Mercury retrograde is not over with, so if that's gonna kick you in your ass, then that's on you. Because I'm telling you, give it some time, and you'll find yourself arguing with some stranger and not really not liking them, and but you'll put on something where you just like be blessed, but you know in reality that you would really dislike this person. I don't. The thing is, like I said, to it's like to hate evil. This would be like love your enemies, love your brothers and sisters, but to hate evil. And you can love everyone. You can love. You can love everyone because everyone's definition of love is different. But you can love everyone. But my definition and my choices are mine. And see, I wasn't going to put any feelings into this. Yeah, my feelings and my choices are mine. So when I say that I can love or I can do or I can choose on what it is I want to do, then that is what I will do. And I don't have any regrets about it. So that's like, oh man, I mean, is that is a good feeling to have. That is a good feeling to have. Again, without having like my grandmother here as an anchor, like I just there's points in me now where it's just like people are invading still my privacy and stuff like that. People are saying like, oh, congratulations, you moved on to a new chapter, but you're still in my business. Um, it's just like, okay, well, damned if you do, damned if you don't. See, well, no, it's damned if you do, because it's damned if you do. Um, you're not supposed to be in your business anyway. So as you sit here and try to, get free cable, stop complaining about it lagging. Stop complaining about the content. Like this is what your cheap ass will not afford, but you're not supposed to be here anyway. It's not yours to begin with. So you also will have to contemplate, oh my goodness, does she mean this? Does she not? That's also something that you have to contemplate. And that's something I don't have to give a fuck about, because like, we've already established like, what this is and what is allowed. No, no, uh-uh. No, come on. Yes, come on. Yeah, come here. Yeah, baby girl, come here. Mama. Oh, wow, you look kind of Pet Cemetery. Dun dun dun. Looks very How to Train a Dragon. Oh, toothless. Oh, it's so sad. Look at those giant eyes. It's so cute. She looks like a little owl. Ooh, 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 ooh. My baby girl. Okay, that looks really creepy. I'm so sorry. Hey, mom. Oh, baby girl. So cute. All right, so it's hurting his damn tail. Who you want? Who you want? Who you want? Ooh, she's so cute. Come on, mama. Come on. Hey, baby girl. Tears. Okay, so all right, yeah. So it doesn't even matter about what it is that I'm thinking. I literally can be thinking about anything, from anything dangerous to anything sick or twisted, or anything about like uh cute and cuddly to Halloweeny to documentary kind of stuff. But it's just like, first off, like whatever I say, and it's supposed to be in the privacy of my home, it's supposed to be in the privacy of my home, privacy of my business, privacy of my life, because human rights. But I get and I understand, not I get, but I loosely understand that as history has repeated itself, that there is an abuse of power. What the hell? How do you get your hair stuck on there? The abuse of power, and the control that certain men and entities wish that they want to have. Pardon me. And it's just even funnier when I see civilians try to do the same thing, because it's them that are like abusing the power and also crying about it once it happens to them. They're just like, oh my god, it's like, why is it happening to me? I'm just like, literally, like, you're crying on a soapbox. Like, y'all don't want, like, these are the people that are crying and like, oh my goodness, like, why is it happening? But like, you're in a soapbox that's on the struggles of somebody else, and you're using their words and their evidence and their speeches, but not their story. Like, you're using their story and their experience and their speeches in order to support your self-serving problems that are relative. Thank you, Mercury Retrograde. Thank you, Mercury Retrograde. It was just exposing a lot of stuff, because I didn't have to be the one that was like calling people out. It was other people that was calling it out and recognizing it. And I told you that people in the government and just in general would be recognizing that shit. So it's just like, it's really fake concern. It's also it's fake concern. It's a lot of people just realizing that there's no value in what they say. Like, you can literally have proof and evidence of it, and sorry, just something lie, and people just won't care, as they shouldn't, because it's less like, okay, look, how are you going to say this when you're a hypocrite and you're doing like, and you've done the same thing to somebody else? I've said this before. Like, I'm just saying, it's just like, it's not for me to reiterate this. It's just me recognizing this and saying, hey, Mercury retrograde, thank you. Um, yeah, it's gonna get worse, man. Like, y'all, I swear. It's like, okay, so what can you do instead of? And another thing is, like, the reason why I'm not being all like passionate about this situation is because, like, well, when I said I was done, but also because this is not the moment for me to gloat. You feel me? This is not the, because I've seen people like really like go through this shit, and then they go right back to being assholes. So I was just like, okay, you obviously didn't learn a lesson. So it's not for me to gloat. It's not for me to also sympathize. It's just for me to recognize it for what it is, give thanks to the experience, and for me to move forward with, hey, look, I'm going to say exactly what I'm going to say. I'm going to do exactly what I'm going to do. You're going to bitch, presumably, or you're going to do whatever it is, but it has nothing to do with me. You've inserted yourself to make it about me for every little thing that I do, but it has nothing to do with my life on how I move forward. I may hear a mosquito buzz, but it does not mean that I literally have to address every fucking mosquito unless I know it comes into my fucking environment. Um, and then all of a sudden, then more and more and more. But then that's when I need to do the centronella equivalent, the centronella equivalent, and swatter and fire even, to, like, with the little tiki torches and the candles and shit like that, in order to keep you away, and do what it is, and do, and the zapper, in order to do what I do to keep you away. Because yeah, it's just like, don't cross me. Like, seriously, like, don't cross me. It's, you can do what you do in order to protect yourself. Just do no harm, take no shit. Do no harm, take no shit. Um, yeah. I hope that I hope that simile, or no, that symbolic expression, not symbolic expression, but the symbolism was, well, I know that it was apt, but I just wanted to make sure certain people understand that. Little girl, I will let you downstairs. Like, just give me a moment. Take a nap. Take a nap. Um, yeah, it's just a lot of exposure. And all I have to do is just, again, say thank you to Mercury Retrograde. Um, the only thing that I was looking forward to were more people and more things, just, kind of taking accountability. Because again, this is not for me to do, like, an aha and I told you so, or to even shove it in people's faces, or to do it again. It's really with a lack of emotion. I'm just telling the news and giving an update. This literally, I'm just, again, man, look. And when people are, you know, no, like I'm enjoying. Dean. I was like, I was gonna say something, but no, I'd rather have it come out, like, rather have it manifest and just come out life. Because I'm just like, man, it's just, it's for me to know and feel, and for you to find out. Because if I don't even need to think it, it was like, look, I'm thinking, and just cut it off. Like, nope. Thank you, Mercury Retrograde. Thank you, Creator. Thank you. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that. So, just waking up to the grand scheme of morals and ethics, and people were just not really meaning shit. It was just like the whole fake concern and stuff like that, and just people really recognizing it. And that was something else. That was something really like that. There's a another thing I was realizing is just, yeah, again, like, there's a lot of denominations that I had practiced as a kid, and I got to choose, and I chose as an adult, like, what it is that I want to follow. But for some reason, there are people in certain type of, churches, or religious aspects, that believe that, and shaming, or holding people up to certain type of standards. And I'm just like, we do have the option to change exactly what it is that, we want to. Like, you do know that, right? Like, don't try to abuse, manipulate, coerce, punish anyone that wants to believe in something different. I mean, as long as they believe in a higher power. Actually, what they want to do with their lives is what they want to do with their lives. I just know that I have the liberty to choose exactly what it is I want to choose, because I know that my God would not allow certain type of standards, or mistreatment, because there's certain type of things that I've witnessed, and I'm just like, yeah, no, I don't fuck with that. I don't rock with that. So I believe what it is that I want to believe. For somebody to try to jump in and try to um, authorize exactly what it is I'm supposed to believe, and what I'm not supposed to believe, what I'm supposed to be doing and what I'm not supposed to be doing. Meanwhile, they're doing something far worse, and they're doing something very, very manipulative. No, this is very, very corrupt. And then maintaining, like, this persona, like everything is good and candy sweet. I don't fuck with. So I definitely don't take any type of uh, content criticism. Excuse me. I don't take any type of criticism from people, or sources, or energies that happen to find entertainment and abuse my situation, and think that they can give me some ABC advice, which is why I don't look at the tarot card readings and astrology anymore, because it's just like, it's a lot of future faking and a lot of illusions now and ABC advice and mostly people just telling me instead of them taking accountability for exactly like what's been going on. uh, it's either accountability or just unveiling or revealing about like what's going on. Actually, there are a few accounts that have realized that have noticed them, so actually I should watch those. um Not I should, but I can watch those. But for the majority, it's just it's a lot of illusions still, and a lot of people just still doing a lot of future faking and thinking that they have any authority to just deflect and be like, okay, well, why don't you do this, that, here, and the third? You know, go outside, read a book, then ABC shit that has nothing to do with someone being like with their human rights being taken away or just like a certain type of peekaboo. Certain type of things. She's so cute. Certain type of things being taken away. Wait. Lila. Oh, she's okay. Because she's just so like, ugh. It's 12:27 a.m. right now. I've been talking for almost an hour. So she's just like really, how cats are at night. I like trail mix. This is the antioxidant kind. I wish this was the one I have more like peanuts because I'm not really cashew girl. And this has cashews. I'm just like, ill. I mean, not entirely ill, but I'm just like, this could have been better. Delicious. uh, yeah, I just want to say that certain religions are doing more. Certain type of like churches and whatnot are doing more harm than good for trying to punish people for wanting to explore other type of religions or just ask questions. Like we need to get out of these archaic. Um, we need to get out of these archaic type of punishments. These archaic type of like reactions because how the hell are we trying to like progress forward with everything else but when it comes to like these witch hunts or punishing people, these crusades, what the fuck is going on here? Like we literally are going back in time in the worst type of ways. History is definitely repeating itself in a lot of ways, and I know for some people from it's just like if it ain't broke don't fix it, but I don't know, it's just like it seems like a lot of shit just falls apart in order for it to kind of happen all over again and again and again and again. Like when you guys break the cycle. These are just questions to ask. Like again, this is not me getting cocky or anything. This is just literally me just stating stuff like the weather because, and in no way am I trying to get myself bad juju during Mercury retrograde. I'm just putting up my thanks to the Most High and just for this Mercury retrograde, for these lessons and this arrival and just things. Yeah, it's crazy when people are just like trying to think that they're influencing me by like trying to act or behave or respond in a certain type of way, and I'm just like, you think that's gonna work? Like, literally at where I'm at right now, you really think that's gonna work? It's gonna. A lot of stuff is going to reveal itself. A lot of the things I had said before is just definitely going to reveal itself and be put out there. Oh man. Okay. But it's definitely, the only thing that I ask is just like, for all the negative actions, behaviors, and for the ongoing negative actions and behaviors and the second and the third and the ongoing shit that's been happening and surveillance, the any type of like this control and stuff like that, may that return to you 3 times fold. Yeah, for all the negativity that others have tried to bestow on me or try to do unto me, may you reap what you sow. And literally, that's all I can ask for. That, and again, the definition of justice and definition of happiness that I define, not what other people define, but what I define. Those are the only things that I could ask. But I just know that underneath this Mercury retrograde, it's just like, like for all the negativity and evilness that others have done to me, may you reap what you sow. I'm sorry. Yeah, I realize also that the world does not treat genuinely kind people well. And someone actually has like realized that, and I was just like, yeah. Will it ever? And like I thought, like people have this thing where they just like they think that they follow people who are kind, and that's what I thought. I thought I followed some people who were just like genuinely awesome and kind, but that's all a facade because I've seen them show their true colors too. I'm not saying that no one out there can be genuinely kind. I'm just saying that a lot of people have been putting on a front because it's just that's their brand. That's not who they are. So I'm like, frick. Again, I am in this position right now where it's just like, okay, it's been noted, and I am literally out there doing me, and every day. That's just my motto. Every day, and just being very mindful of people who are just dishonest with who they are and what their intentions are with me. That's it. Discernment. And just seeing a lot of people really just like, just the way how they, oh man. You want to try this again? Yeah. So I know you're gonna do it. So come on. Yes. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Come on, baby. Yeah. Yeah, mama. Huh? Huh? Mirror. Hey, baby girl. Come here. Here. Mama, who's your baby? Baby girl. You gotta go downstairs for a moment? All right, I'm gonna finish this up super quick, okay? I'm try to. She's so cute. Hold on. Hold on. Because my hair. She does this cute little thing where it's looping me. All right, come on. Boot me. Boot me. Boop. Boop. All right. Now boot me back. Boop. Boop. Come on. Boot me. She's so cute. Oh my gosh. You can't really see her, but hold on. Really. Boot me. Boop. She's like, get this damn bright thing out my face. She's so freaking animated. Yo. All right, hold on, go. I will be there in a minute. Like, yo, quit it. Give me a moment. Okay. So yeah, people getting in such a hissy fit, and I'm just like, again, why are you here? It's literally coming. It's like that's like stepping on somebody's property. Well, no, it literally is stepping on somebody's property, and you forgot already, didn't you? You forgot. It's like it's literally is just coming on somebody's property and then like getting upset that they got shot. It's just like, well, it's insanity. It's insanity. It's I've explained this whole scenario about like just imagine like you're a host and you're hosting a very beautiful barbecue, being a great person to your guests, people who you've invited, people who you know, and for some reason somebody is just jogging by and they happen to see your friendliness and your attractiveness and you're just like, oh my goodness, it's amazing. I want to come. So they come at night and into your home and you're just like, well, what the fuck, like get out of here. And they're just like, no. But you're like, you're so amazing. Why are you not amazing to me? You are amazing to those people that were outside. That's that kind of energy that I feel when I see people feel entitled to my space. And you're just like, well, what the fuck? Like this is such creeper energy. It's just like somebody just coming to your place and just thinking like they can be all up in your spot. Oh my gosh. Yeah, hold up. So when I was saying with Karma and Mercury Retrograde, that the whole shiznit with that young woman who had homie like in her home, it happened to like and murder her, like in her own home, like he was waiting for her. Like that's so fucking disgusting and gross. Shit, I'm telling you, things just like manifest. This is just it's just creepy. It's just so fucking creepy. Like that was oh my goodness, that was just horrible. It was so horrible. That poor girl. So horrible. Um, I warned you. You know what? Let me just. All right. You know what? So yeah. Again, there's just some things that society has been called out for, and there just needs to be some action behind it. Like I've seen where people will like call people out for it and drag them to the point where I'm just like, to the land of make believe, or just like I don't know, to the land of freaking Narnia or whatever like that. But for me, that's not my place. That's not. I'm gonna say that's not my place, but it's just I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. It's I just wanted to list the things that I've seen and just be like, okay, grateful because like whatever happens in the dark comes to light, and I'm just very grateful and thankful that I have witnessed a lot of things and that I've come through the other side and witnessed a lot of things, learned these lessons, these experiences, gotten some clarity on some things, and I'm truly a better person for it because just realizing like all this shit is just for man, this shit is really just biting people in the ass, and I can't. I really can't deal with that. Like I can't deal with their issues or their lack of self-esteem because that's basically what it is with people thinking they feel entitled to watch me and all other kind of jazz and thinking that they can try to impress or compete, and I'm just like, you're competing with somebody who doesn't even want to compete with you or even know you. Like you know where it is that you stand as a human being. Are you competing with someone like with Beyonce, or are you with Oprah, anybody. Like, no, you wouldn't. You couldn't. Okay. They have literally excelled so much in their fucking lifetime that you couldn't even hold a candle to these people. But you wanted to pick and choose. That's the kind of thing that just shows right there somebody's weakness and somebody's like somebody's fault. Now, not to say that people that were in higher positions haven't gotten their socks or their rocks off by watching me and getting oppressed and trying to oppress me or trying to like do all this other kind of stuff, and then it's also seeing them catch karma. But it's just it's really awkward seeing people who I don't know, strangers that I don't know, or people who I thought I knew, wanting to try to one up me or something like that. And I'm just like, bitch. But would you mind or would you care if it was somebody else, like, who's beating you, or would you try to do the same thing? No, because then you try to cry about it and be like, oh, well, like life isn't a competition or this, that, and the third. I'm just like, well, it doesn't seem very genuine of you to say because you're literally trying to do the same thing to somebody else, especially to somebody else who doesn't want to, like, who wouldn't want to do that to you anyway. Mostly because that person either cared about you or just because, like, that person doesn't, or basically because, like, I don't care about you in that kind of sense, or because, like, this isn't like a friendly competition, where it's just like, oh, for like fun and games, like, see who feel like we team up and we can see who can like lose the weight or something like that, like something that's mutual. But again, like, this is just again, this is very eye-opening about where people's confidence is. They don't have any. And when you make a certain amount of money, you try to excel, you try to live until you make a certain amount of money. And when you try to make a certain amount of money, like, you just basically making funds. You make enough money in order to sustain yourself, in order to live um, a financial a life of financial freedom. But if you're still making a lot of money to the point where you're living for like two lives, three lives, multiple lives over, then it just becomes just numbers, really. You're just making money to make money. And at that point, it's not about like a competition anymore, or like who are you really competing with? Like, after you make a certain amount, like if you're making like six figures, high six figures, like 500,000 or even 250,000 and up. At that point, you're just like you're just making money to make money, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that okay, so what do you do if you really can't compete with certain type of people? Then you start to compete or try to show off for people who have less than, and that just shows where people's insecurities are. And it's crazy because it's like, well, dude, I'm not competing with you. I wouldn't even think about that. I'm just okay. That's great. And what's here today can be gone tomorrow, and you can't take it with you. You really can't. I mean, I know pharaohs have tried back in the day, kings and stuff, but yeah, I find it as really idiotic. And it was really funny about this thing about people who can be richer than you, kind of looking at you like you're fucking crazy. But I don't. Man, it's just eye opening. A lot of eye opening things. So, what is control, really? Again, people have been being controlled by every fucking thing. Like, even people who think that they're controlling me, or can, even people have limited control on everything. People have limited control on their life, on, on their life expectancy, on their life and their health and their conditions. Like, people have limited control. Everyone. Everyone has limited control with everything. So that's something else that I realized. They don't have a say in how great their child would do in school without their help, or like independently, or they don't have full control over their own health. They don't have full control over uh, like, oh, maybe a man's sexual libido can't, stay up or anything like that without, the use of medications and situations like that. So I have like the allergies and stuff like that. It's like starting to get to my eye. They don't have control even over their own happiness, because then they have to use it to rely on somebody else, like, obviously. Um, and they have those hairline triggers that'll make them go wacky and crazy again. Damn it, Leela, I'm gonna have to shave you. Like, woman, woman. She's like, you came with me. I did. So that's 50-50. Anyway, so yeah, what is control? But I mean, we will try to control our lives to like the best of our uh, ability, but the rest we will just handle it as it goes. So I'm not going to be a person who's going to be ignorant, saying like, oh, you. I've never been that kind of person who's just like, oh, I want to have like, I can control everything, because that's nonsense. I never believed that. I Yeah, no, I never believe that. I like to have a planner. I like to do certain things, but like there's certain type of things, human rights, basic human rights and whatnot like that, that I would like to have, govern over, even though other people would like to abuse those rights. It's so funny how, actually, no, this is not funny. This is okay. Also, a trigger warning about sexual abuse. But it's so weird how someone was saying that, oh yeah, I never raped her, but then goes on to rape other parts of me. Like, you literally like dismissed dismiss certain things and was just like, no, but let me do this, that, here, and the third. So it's just like, oh man, it's the disgusting, disgusting, disgusting. I'm just telling you, it's just it is what it is. Again, thank you, Mercury Retrograde and all the other kind of stuff, because it definitely puts things into like, makes things super clear. Yeah. So there have been no updates, really. There have been no updates on the justice and the freedom. None of that. None of that. None of that. And I'm not the kind of person who's going to allow somebody to uh, who's going to wait around for somebody or anybody really to just like drag their feet and be like, all right, fine, I'm going to be accountable. It's just like, you know, it'd have been actually very admirable for anyone to just, cut the bullshit when they've approached me. But it was a lot of people who literally just, basically lied to my face, which is why I said in the beginning, was just like, okay, well then, hey, look, you go your way and I go mine. We don't need to talk about each other. You feel me? Like, how long has it been since we've been in each other's company? So we don't need to talk about each other anymore. If you don't have the intention to actually be honest and upfront, then there's nothing more to discuss. Nothing. Because I look forward to actually, just kind of putting up content again when at my leisure. But right now, I do have some projects to do and that I'm really been focusing on and working on. But just also just doing it what it is that I need to do, what I need to do and what I want to do. Because everybody literally has been using every little moment to discuss about me and my life. And I'm just like, whether or not you're done, it's not my place to wait for you. So yeah. All right. I'm gonna go. An hour and 18 minutes. I'm gonna let this baby. Oh my god, now she's asleep. This is my baby. She's so cute. I love her. Now she's asleep. I was like, I'm about to go, and then she's like, now she's knocked out. Too funny. Typical Chantilly Tiffany. I'm telling you, she's just an adorable little thing. All right. I will be back when I be back, and I will have, I look forward to posting like, more lively and better content. But yeah, right now I am in a better place right now. I'm definitely in a better place. Like, mentally. And yeah, people can go fuck themselves when it comes to just like, okay, well, every little thing I need to like, every little thing that Chili's does, I need to like make fun of or talk about or discuss. And I'm just like, guys, I'm literally been calling everything out that you guys have been going through. And there are people who are literally in the background from associates, relatives, coworkers, and this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, you're not in my environment, man. Like, you're not like, when's the last time that we actually hung out or like done anything together? You feel me? When is the opportunity happened when I was just like, oh yeah, come over because like, you're somebody who I can trust? It's a lot of eye-opening situations. A lot of eye-opening situations for sure. For sure. But that's neither here nor there. So again, thank you, Mercury Retrograde. I am going to Gizzo and I will see whomever later.